unlock your super brain. Let me tell you something. Your brain is a caged beast. It's been tamed by society, softened by comfort, and weakened by your own damn excuses. But here's the truth. Inside you, locked away under layers of fear, laziness, and doubt, is a super brain, a mind capable of insane focus, relentless learning, and unbreakable resilience. The only question is, do you have the guts to unleash it? Pain is the key to growth. If your brain isn't being pushed, it's dying. Your mind is like a muscle. No struggle, no strength. The problem is most people avoid pain. They run from challenges, choosing easy, choosing soft, choosing average. And that's why their minds stay weak. If you want to unlock your super brain, you have to seek discomfort like it's your mission in life. Read the hardest books. Solve problems that make your head hurt. Do things that scare the hell out of you. Only then does the mind sharpen like a weapon. Most people's minds are running on garbage software. Self-doubt, fear, procrastination. Your brain is an operating system, and right now it's full of outdated code. It's time for a hard reset. Rewire your thinking. Stop telling yourself, I can't. Stop making excuses. Instead, start saying, I will. Not maybe, not someday. Right now, motivation is a joke. It comes and goes like the wind. You feel fired up one day and the next you're back to your old ways. Discipline is the real key. The ability to show up, even when you don't feel like it, is what separates the elite from the mediocre. Your brain thrives on consistency. Give it a daily dose of struggle, learning, and discipline, and it will transform into an unstoppable force. The smartest, sharpest minds in the world are relentless learners. They don't sit around waiting for knowledge. They hunt it down. They read, they ask questions, they experiment. If you're not feeding your brain, you're starving it. Knowledge isn't power. Applied knowledge is power. Your comfort zone is a death trap. The moment you feel safe, you stop growing. If you want to unlock your super brain, you have to live in discomfort. Challenge yourself constantly. Take the hard road. Do the thing that scares you. Your brain adapts to struggle. If you make stress your ally, your mind becomes bulletproof. And finally, every war is won in the mind first. Every challenge, every goal, every success, it all starts up here. If you can't see yourself winning, if you don't believe you can grow, you've already lost. But if you can master your thoughts, if you can control the battlefield of your mind, there is nothing you can't achieve. So I ask you, are you ready to unleash your super brain? Or will you stay locked in the cage? The choice is yours, but remember this, your mind is either your biggest weapon or your greatest enemy. Choose wisely. Your brain is a caged beast. Your brain is a savage, but you've locked it in a cage. Society, comfort, and your own weak mindset have put chains on a monster that was built for war. You were born with a mind capable of limitless growth, but instead of letting it run free, you've spent years feeding it excuses, distractions, and fear. And now it's domesticated. It's soft. It's weak. But that beast inside you is still there. It's clawing at the bars, waiting for you to open the damn cage. The problem is most people are too scared to let it out. They don't want to deal with the pain, the discipline, the sacrifice. They'd rather keep their mind comfortable, entertained, and sedated. But guess what? A caged beast doesn't get stronger. It rots. It forgets its own power. It dies slow. Your brain wasn't meant to sit in that cage. It was built to be challenged, pushed, and battle tested every single day. You have to break the lock. You have to starve out the weakness and force your mind to evolve. And that means suffering. That means doing the hard shit every damn day until your brain remembers what it's capable of. Because if you don't, the world will keep feeding you the same lie. Take it easy. Rest. You've done enough. No, enough is never enough. The beast inside you is starving, and the only thing that will feed it is work, grind, relentless pursuit of the next level. You have to make a choice. Will you keep your mind in a cage, or will you open the door and let it become what it was always meant to be? Pain is the key to growth. You want to grow? You want to be better, stronger, smarter? Then you better get ready to suffer. Pain is the entry fee for every level of greatness. No shortcuts, no hacks, no easy roads. The only path forward is through the fire. Most people run from pain like it's the enemy. They avoid it, hide from it, numb it with distractions. But that's why they stay weak. They don't understand that pain is the forge where the strongest minds and bodies are built. Every time you feel discomfort, every time doubt creeps in, every time your body and mind beg you to stop, that's the moment you grow. That's the moment most people quit. But if you push past that, if you keep going when every fiber of your being is screaming at you to stop, that's when you start unlocking the next level of your self-pain, is the test. It's life asking, how bad do you really want it? It doesn't care about your excuses. It doesn't care how tired you are. It doesn't care if you feel like giving up. It just sits there, waiting to see if you have the guts to keep moving forward. Your brain was wired for survival, not for greatness. It wants to protect you, keep you safe, keep you comfortable. But comfort is the enemy of growth. Every time you run from pain, every time you take the easy road, you're choosing to stay exactly where you are. And that's why most people never change. They talk about wanting more, but the second things get hard, they back off. They tap out. But the ones who embrace pain, the ones who step into it and say, bring it on, those are the ones who break through. Those are the ones who transform. Because pain is a teacher. It's showing you where your limits are, and it's daring you to push past them. So the question is, when pain knocks at your door, are you going to run, or are you going to stand up and face it? Reprogram your operating system. Your brain is running on some weak-ass software. It's been programmed by years of excuses, self-doubt, and fear. Every time you tell yourself, I'm not smart enough, I'm not strong enough, I'll start tomorrow, that's just your outdated operating system doing what it does best, keeping you small, keeping you average, keeping you exactly where you are. And you've been running this broken ass code for so long, you don't even question it. Well, it's time for a full system reset. You don't get to greatness by running on the same old weak programming. You don't level up by keeping the same toxic thought patterns and excuses. You have to rip that old code out and replace it with something stronger. Every time your mind tries to drag you back into comfort, you have to override that shit. You have to rewire your brain to see pain as progress, failure as feedback, and discipline as freedom. Most people don't even realize they're stuck in a mental prison. They live their lives on autopilot, reacting instead of thinking, surviving instead of dominating. And that's because their operating system was built by other people, by teachers who told them to stay in line, by parents who told them to play it safe, by society that rewards comfort over growth. But you don't have to accept that programming. You can rewrite every single line of code in your brain, and you do it through action. Every time you push past the limit, you rewrite the code. Every time you do something hard when you don't feel like it, you rewrite the code. Every time you tell yourself, I don't stop when I'm tired, I stop when I'm done, you are installing a new operating system, one built for resilience, for power, for domination. The weak mindset you were handed at birth isn't permanent, but reprogramming takes work. It takes suffering. It takes a relentless willingness to destroy the old version of yourself and build something new. And the question is, do you have the guts to do it? Discipline over motivation. Motivation is a liar. It's weak. It's a feeling that comes and goes, just like comfort, just like excuses. You wake up fired up one day, ready to conquer the world, and the next day, you're back to your old ways, back to hitting snooze, back to looking for an easy way out. That's the problem. Too many people wait for motivation to show up before they take action. They sit around hoping for a magical spark, a perfect moment where they feel like grinding. Guess what? That moment ain't coming. Discipline is the only thing that separates the ones who make it from the ones who sit around talking about it. Discipline is showing up when you don't feel like it. It's putting in the work when your mind is screaming at you to quit. It's waking up when you're exhausted, studying when you're burned out, running when your legs are on fire. Discipline is doing what needs to be done regardless of how you feel. That's where most people fail. They think success is about passion, about inspiration, about waiting for the right moment. That's a loser's mentality. The great ones, the unstoppable ones, they don't rely on motivation. They rely on habit. They rely on routine. They rely on the unshakable belief that no matter how they feel, they will execute. Think about it. If you only worked hard on the days you felt motivated, how far would you get? Not far at all. But if you wake up every day and attack your goals like a savage, no matter what's going on in your life, that's when you become dangerous. That's when your brain rewires itself to operate at a different level. Discipline is the ultimate weapon. It makes you unstoppable because it takes emotion out of the equation. It turns I'll try into I will. It turns weakness into resilience. It turns average into elite. So the real question is, are you going to be like everybody else, waiting for motivation to show up? Or are you going to build the kind of discipline that makes you unstoppable? Relentless learning builds an unstoppable mind. Most people stop learning the second they leave school. They think education ends when the diploma is in their hand. That's why they stay the same. That's why they never evolve. They get comfortable in what they know, and comfort is where the mind goes to die. But the ones who keep learning, the ones who attack knowledge like it's oxygen, those are the ones who become unstoppable. Learning isn't something you do when it's convenient. It's a way of life. You have to be obsessed with getting better, with knowing more, with sharpening your mind until it's a goddamn weapon. Because the second you stop learning, the world starts passing you by. Too many people waste time scrolling, watching dumb shit, feeding their brain garbage, and then they wonder why they're stuck. Your brain is a machine. What you put in is what you get out. Feed it discipline, strategy, wisdom, and you'll start operating at a different level. But if all you're doing is numbing it with distractions and cheap entertainment, you're programming yourself to stay weak. Learning isn't passive. It's not about reading a book and feeling good about yourself. It's about applying what you learn, testing it, breaking it, pushing yourself to the edge of what you know, and then stepping beyond it. Growth isn't supposed to be comfortable. It's supposed to be hard. That's how you know it's working. The greatest minds in history weren't born smart. They were relentless. They never settled. They were hungry. They knew that every problem has a solution. Every weakness can be strengthened. Every failure is just feedback. And they never stopped learning because they knew that the moment they did, they were already dead. So ask yourself, are you feeding your mind or starving it? Are you evolving or are you standing still? Because in this world, if you're not learning, you're falling behind. And if you want to be unstoppable, you better be relentless in the pursuit of knowledge. Kill your comfort zone. Your comfort zone is your prison. It's the place where dreams go to die, where potential gets buried under excuses, and where weakness thrives. You sit in that bubble of safety, telling yourself you're fine, that life is good enough. That's the lie comfort feeds you. It convinces you that you don't need to suffer, that you don't need to push harder, that staying the same is okay. It's not. The second you start feeling comfortable, you should be afraid, because comfort is a slow killer. It creeps in, numbing your drive, dulling your instincts, making you soft. You don't even realize it's happening until one day you wake up and wonder where all your fire went. You used to be hungry, but now you're just existing. And that's not living. The truth is, everything you want is on the other side of pain. Growth doesn't happen in comfort. Strength isn't built when things are easy. You don't level up by doing the same shit every day inside your little safe space. You evolve when you throw yourself into the deep end, when you put yourself in situations that test your limits, that make you question if you got what it takes. That's where the magic happens. Look at the greats, the elite athletes, the business titans, the warriors. You think they got there by staying comfortable? Hell no. They deliberately put themselves through hell every single day because they knew that suffering creates strength. They chased discomfort like their lives depended on it. They weren't afraid to fail, to struggle, to hurt, because they knew that's what it takes to be different, to be better, to be unstoppable. And you, what are you doing? Are you stepping into the fire, or are you hiding in the warmth of your comfort zone, waiting for life to hand you something? Because life doesn't hand out greatness. You have to rip it from the hands of mediocrity. And the only way to do that is to kill your comfort zone and step into the pain. The war is won in your head first. Every battle you will ever fight against weakness, against doubt, against fear is won or lost before you even step onto the battlefield. Success isn't about talent, luck, or natural ability. It's about mindset. It's about the war inside your head. And if you can't win that war, you'll never win in life. Most people lose before they even start. Their minds are filled with excuses, hesitation, and fear. They tell themselves, I can't do this. I'm not good enough. It's too hard. And guess what? They're right. Not because they're actually incapable, but because they've already surrendered in their mind. Second you believe the enemy's lies, the second you accept defeat in your head, you've lost. It's over before it even began. But the ones who win, the ones who dominate, they own their minds. They don't let doubt take root. They don't entertain weakness. They rewire their thoughts to believe that no matter what comes their way, they will find a way through. They create a mental blueprint for victory long before they step into the fight. You think Navy SEALs survive Hell Week because they're just physically tough? Hell no. Their bodies break just like everyone else's. Their muscles give out, their lungs burn, their legs fail. But the difference is they don't quit. Why? Because their mind has already decided, I am going to make it through this. I don't care how much it hurts. I don't care how bad it gets. I don't stop until I win. Life is going to hit you hard. It's going to throw obstacles in your way, test your will, try to break you. If you don't have your mind locked in, if you haven't already decided that you refuse to be beaten, then life will run you over. You can train your body all you want, but if your mind is weak, you're done. Period. Winning starts long before the challenge even appears. It starts the moment you wake up and decide who the hell you're going to be. It starts when you reject every excuse, every limitation, every lie that says you can't. It starts when you stop looking for an easy way and commit to going all in no matter what. So ask yourself, when the war comes knocking, when life tries to break you, will you already be defeated in your mind, or will you be standing there unshaken, ready to fight like hell for everything you want? Because at the end of the day, the outcome is already decided. The real battle, it was won in your head first. Unleash the beast. At the end of the day, no one is coming to save you. No one is going to hand you greatness. No one is going to do the work for you. It's all on you. You either unleash your super brain and dominate, or you stay locked in the cage of mediocrity, making excuses while life passes you by. You know the truth now. Pain is the price of growth. Discipline is greater than motivation. Your mind is running on old, weak programming, and only you can rewire it. Learning isn't optional, and comfort is the enemy. Every war, every battle, every success, every breakthrough is won in your head first. The question is simple. Are you going to step up or step back? Are you going to kill your excuses, kill your comfort zone, and do what it takes? Or are you going to sit there waiting, hoping, wishing? Because in the end, it all comes down to one choice: stay the same or evolve. No one can make that choice for you. But if you're ready to break free, if you're ready to unleash that beast inside you, then stop thinking, stop waiting, and start executing. The time is now. The war is yours to win. So get up, get after it, and never look back.